Hi guys, and welcome to the Firestorm Squadron Firecast. This is round 4 of just a local event up at Firestorm Cards in Basingstoke. For this round we've got Phil GC versus Jim Firth. Phil is running a list that you might recognise if you watched the stream games when he came round to see us. We've got 9 Num with Heroic, Integrated S-Foils and Pattern Analyzer. Eloatsi with Heroic and Integrated S-Foils, and Poe Dameron with Heroic, R4 Astromech and Integrated S-Foils. Jim is flying something that I know he's used before down at our place, this being Wedge Antilles with outmaneuver servo motor S-Foils for the T65. You've then got Fane Kyrell with outmaneuver and servo motor S-Foils, and Corran Horn with outmaneuver, fire control system and R4 Astromech. Just as a point of note for this game, because the points were updated from FFG yesterday, the points showing on this recording will be incorrect because they are the new points, because we get all these off of Yasub or Yasby, depending on if you're D Young. So, we can see we're going to join them now. They've just finished setting up and we're ready to go just about, I guess. We're just waiting for the time to start.
Just waiting for Dan, who's still TOing, to start somewhere. I am running the overlay live, says Nick. We're trying to keep up. I will miss dice rolls, it happens. But I will do my best to keep the stats in line. We've also got Phil Pond here today.
Indeed,
of course.
I am here.
We're the trio of the Firecast, so we're all I'm going to leave the two of them to do the commentating of the game and I'm going to run the overlay. So we're just about to start.
Indeed, the only problem is we can't hear Dan, so yeah, the timer has begun.
Okay. So, it looks like Jim is player 1 for this match. Which makes sense when we've got 2 I5s and an I6 on both sides of the field.
Yeah.
So we've got Thane and Corran not wanting to just joust, which seems fair.
Yeah, seems reasonable. You wouldn't really want to take on those two with those two ships.
Seems fair. So I expect Phil to come quite fast here, as knowing Phil. Yeah, there you go.
Yep,
4 forward.
Phil's typical move is a 4 forward plus a boost.
And there's the boost.
We haven't played him against it a bunch, it's fine, we don't know what he usually does. And can you tell what it is yet? It has another 4 forward and a boost. Phil does like to play quite fast though, so we will try and keep up with his manoeuvres as best we can.
Go by initiative. I'm not sure which one's which. I will tell you when I find out.
Yeah, so the one thing that we're not sure about at the moment is which one is Eloatsi and which one is 9 Num. But hopefully we'll find out at some point during this match.
Well, we know that's Wedge at the top of the board, so that helps.
We know.
It does a focus in it.
Well, yes, we know.
We know the rebel ones.
Well, you know the rebel ones.
We've worked out the rebel ones.
Yeah,
and I know
that
that Poe's at the top of the field.
Yes.
The only one we're not quite sure about is which one is Elo and which one is 9.
Well, Don, this is your first time seeing Jim's list. What do you think?
As I said, Jim has played with something similar to this at our place before. I've actually played against Jim when he was running these.
And shots coming in.
Yeah, first shot.
Yeah. Okay. So.
It's Wedge.
And Wedge has obviously got his S-Foils closed because he's only which is what gave him the boost.
Yep.
I think we got one.
And heroic.
Which triggers.
Which yeah
saves the stuff.
Triggers and saves him the damage after spending the focus.
Poe retaliates. Ooh,
one hit after spending the lock.
And one evade.
Yep.
Looks like Wedge is fine.
And no shots from the other two.
Yeah, so sorry, as I was saying, is I have played against Jim flying pretty much the same before, but the last time I flew against Jim was using a Scum Swarm. So I had Drea Renthal with a dorsal turret, Torquil Mux with the Mouldy Crow title, 2 Z95s and 2 Jakku Gunrunners. And unfortunately for Jim at that point, having I6, I5 and I5 was not very relevant, as I just blocked him, reduced his agility, made him initiative 0, and then initiative killed all his ships. With the Drea Swarm now being a bit neutered with points going up across the field pretty much for a lot of its ships, especially the Jakku Gunrunner and the Mouldy Crow title, of course, going up for the Hawk. He shouldn't run into the same issues. It'll be interesting to see how it does against something like the TIE Swarm. But yeah, having Initiative 6 and 2 I5s all without manoeuvre and reposition options should give him some good offensive power against a lot of ships in the field.
Jim just saying there on the recording that he wasn't expecting to have shots first turn against Phil GT in this particular game, but he should have.
Yes, I mean Phil is
Phil's very aggressive.
Very aggressive when he flies, which is fine. I think Jim is in a slightly bad position here because he's turned away with Thane and Corrin, and he's being chased hard by Elo and Nine. And the issue he'll have is bringing them back round into the fight in a meaningful way. So he's going to have the other two T-70s just coming in against the flank and rear shots.
He's also going to try and do it with a decent amount of health left because he won't have return shots.
No, and that's the issue. I think it's just going to go faster.
Yeah.
I know he's K-turned. Okay.
Ah.
All right. Okay. So he's K-turned to try and bring them back round and mitigate that fact that we just talked about having the issues with just being flanked and rear shotted. So he's got the salute from Corrin.
Because Corrin has every move under the sun.
Yeah, I mean he's got a lovely dial. Now that the E-wings come down a bit, it'd be nice to see if Corrin becomes effective.
It would be nice to see.
Yeah, the issue Jim has got here is that with Elo and Nine not really caring about their turnaround manoeuvres. Elo is, of course, being a white Talon roll as long as he's got two or fewer stress, and Nine None being able to dump his stress if, after he's done his red manoeuvre, he's at range one of the two. Then it... they've just got a bit of advantage for the... in that manoeuvre game.
Of course, I can't tell which is which, obviously, at the moment between Elo and Nine, but one of them had boosted out of arc off both of them, it looks like. Goes Wedge at the top here, just doing 1 forward to victory, goes Rebels.
Yeah, 1 forward from Wedge. He's opened his S-foils. The issue he's got, though, is, especially with Poe moving after him, Poe can double reposition, so he's got the options to boost and barrel roll and just get out of Wedge's arcs. And yeah, Jim's fully aware of this, so he's just done a barrel roll with Wedge to give him the most options and to make life as difficult for Poe as possible.
Interesting to see what Phil's done here. He's just done 2 forward.
Yeah, I assume Phil's just going to do a forward manoeuvre and then a boost, which will get out of Wedge's arc. And
no, he does the curve boost in.
So don't base focus.
Yeah, I mean, I expected him to boost in. Whether he's out of Wedge's arc is hard to see from this angle, but it's the kind of thing you want.
No, because Jim's already attacked those, so
yeah.
all paint.
It is. That's not bad. Unmodified, he gets to stick a couple of damage into Poe.
Yeah.
And then Poe's return fire.
Ooh, that's not what Phil wants to see.
1 hit.
And 1 evade, so he is absolutely fine.
Wedge not caring. Okay.
No.
Okay.
So that's me and them.
Okay.
Okay. So that's Nean into Thane.
And blanking out.
Again, not pushing any damage through.
No, and Elo doesn't have range.
No, it looks like Elo's probably out
at
this point, but it does look like neither Thane or Corrin had a shot back, so it's quite good. And this is where they've got the issue now, is that Thane and Corrin are in a really tough position against Nine Num.
Yeah.
They've got a chance to trap Elo. It'll be, I mean, there's always that chance, but Phil could easily do a 3 bank left or a 3 hard or something, and get out of their arcs and just let Nean come round for them and then bring Elo back into the fight.
Yeah, and of course Nean can just do the Talon roll behind and dump the stress.
Yeah, I mean, I fully expect that we're going to see some kind of K-turn or... I mean, to be fair, Nean doesn't need to. He could just do a 2 hard.
He could.
Which could also just...
And that would actually leave him in a better position for the turn after as well.
It puts him in a decent position for sure.
Yeah, Jim's in a very tricky position here. What you do with Corrin, what you do with Thane.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Wedge versus Poe having their own little fights. You've got your 2 I6s at the top of the board fighting against each other, and you've got the 4 I5s at the bottom in their own little fight. But again, you've got the issues there that the T70s are generally more manoeuvrable, especially with their pilot abilities. And, of course, Jim having player 1 means that they're also moving after. It's definitely an uphill battle for Jim.
What would you do if you were Wedge?
At this point, I would probably be ignoring Poe with Wedge and doing... I mean, it's hard to tell angles, but maybe close S4's 3 hard boost and try and bring him in to support the other 2 ships against Nian and Elo. I expect Poe maybe to do a 2 hard down towards us, especially with that being blue from the Alpha Astromech.
Yeah.
And I do think you might see the I6s coming back into the fight. The other option, of course, is that Jim might do a Talon roll or a K-turn and bring his attack dice back onto Poe, who is the only ship currently damaged. But, yeah, if it was me, I'd definitely be bringing him to try and help out against the 2 T70s.
Yeah. So Jim's just on the 1 bank with Thane.
Yeah, it's sensible. It opens his arc as much as possible to try and deal with Elo.
Yeah. And if 9 does the hard 2 in, it blocks him as well.
Yeah, I mean, it clears his stress. He's got the option to barrel roll, which is what he's done. He's definitely anticipating the options of trying to block 9, and if Elo is going to try and run.
Surely Nian just as a 9, as a 4K, knowing that that's probably where he's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, a 4K, Talon roll, 2 hard, all of them are good options for 9 at this point. And puts him in a position where he has shots and isn't being shot himself. So he is really happy. It's Elo, which is potentially a little bit in a sticky place. But again, if Phil's read this correctly, Elo does a 3 bank towards Jim's side of the board with the boost option or something. Elo can easily get out of arc of both of those ships, and then having the white Talon rolls can come back round with modded shots. And if Corrin and Thane do their turnaround manoeuvres, they're going to have no mods, whereas Phil's going to have lots of mods.
You Phil doing the 2 hard.
Yeah. Close S4s and a Talon.
Yeah, it's a Talon roll.
For 3, yeah.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine because he closes the S4s from pattern analyzer, boost focus.
Focus roll is what he's announced.
Yeah, focus into the link barrel roll, dumps both the stress, and then takes a lock on Corrin Horn for a range 1 shot.
With each point, if Jim had left Thane where he was, he would have blocked that tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's the options there. And the great thing with 9's ability is he doesn't really mind that much if he was blocked, because if he was blocked at that point, oh, 4 forward fits. Okay, that's the angles again. So then he just boosts, and again you've got both the T70s. Oh, bit of a nudge there.
Yeah,
both
T70s in arc.
But you've got both the T70s with range 1 shots.
Yep.
And
Jim's
neither
fifth.
Thane or Corrin have a shot at all.
Yeah, Jim's ships can't retaliate.
Which is
not good news for Jim.
No. And definitely what we were saying, where you see the benefits there of the T70 manoeuvre abilities and their pilot abilities coming into action.
So he has done the hard 3 in.
No, we've got Talon roll there from... Yeah. And yeah, that's what you got. You got the Talon roll or K-turn option from Wedge there against Poe, because Poe can't do those options. But again, if Phil is reading this properly, Poe just does a 2 hard to the left, and again he's not being shot. I mean, he's not fussed at this point.
No. Phil just taking a photo for his Instagram and his blog, because he can.
Yeah. Of course, Phil GC being the little known bloggist for such an X-Wing hipster.
Yep.
And there we go, we've got Poe doing the 2 hard, clears his stress because it's blue with the R4,
I'll probably just boost
and
round.
is not fussed about Wedge
Taking a lock on
in
Wedge.
any way, shape or form. Yeah, takes the lot for another turn, which is fine. especially if we look at a Talon roll or something coming from Poe in the next turn. Definitely why I would not have suggested doing the Talon roll at that point. The 4K turn perhaps, but yeah, the 3 hard and coming back in.
Ooh, just the 1 hit.
Yeah, so Elo, and again, unmodded dice is fine.
Goes through though, takes the 1.
Ooh, yeah, 1 off the thing then.
I don't know who that's at. Same thing.
Well, that shot there was Elo against Thane, and then this is 9 num against Corrinhorn.
Ooh.
Which looks like 4. I can't see whether that was all the hits or not.
1 of 8 from Jim.
What's that attack on?
So that was
into Corrinhorn.
9 versus Corrinhorn.
So that's 2 shots.
Yeah, we
We
think.
lost 1 on Thane.
Yeah, we think Thane lost 1.
That could have gone a lot worse for Jim.
It could have, but I mean, again, he's lost 3 shields in that point for no damage in return.
Yeah. So what do you do now with Wedge though?
At this point with Wedge, I think you're running. I think you're running. Something like a 2 bank, because that's blue. Again, potentially close the S4s, 2 bank boost. It brings you into the fight against the T70s and puts you the furthest distance away from Poe. Because Poe is likely to do a 2 hard and boost back round, or a Talon roll, something like that. And Wedge can't respond to that, and at the moment Wedge is just letting Poe dance around him. So he needs to stop playing that game and come and support the other 2 ships, which are again just being completely dodged by the T70s.
Agreed. Now you close your S4s, do the 2 bank, do the boost, get them into the fight, and try and put as much damage to you can before Poe comes around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fully expecting some kind of Talon roll, potentially from Elo this turn. Especially looking at where Thane is. Thane can probably do a K turn at this point.
Yeah. Now LA, you probably want to do the Talon roll up the board, get in a nice position. If Thane does the K turn, you probably still have him in an arc. It's a healthy position to be in. Of course, it's white.
Yeah, it's white, and then it leaves him all of his options. So if he has done some kind of K turn there, he can close his S4s, Talon roll, focus, barrel roll out of the way, take the stress if he needs to.
Yeah.
He's then in a solid position.
Yeah.
9, unlikely to be doing a red manoeuvre this turn. Again, of course, the option with 9 is 9 could do a bank or hard manoeuvre onto the debris field, or over that debris field.
Yep.
With the intention of ending at range 0 to 1 of Thane, and again being able to clear his stress.
Yep.
Jim and Phil were just discussing the ridiculous action economy that Neonum has.
Yes, yeah. I mean, he's wonderful, right? I've been flying him since Resistance come out, and he's,
for a good reason.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of my favourite pilots to fly at the moment. Yeah, he's just a lot of fun. He really is. I mean, I played a game this evening against Phil Pond where we had 9 num, 4K over 4 lom onto a debris, sat at range 1, took a lock, and thanks to the R3 astromech then acquires a lock, then dumps the stress from the K turn and the debris field, and then takes a focus action. And he's got 2 locks, a focus, whilst doing a K turn, and is unstressed at the end of it. It's a bit insane.
It's a bit ridiculous, yeah.
So we're in the plan phase, and it looks like
Jim is struggling.
Jim is struggling to work out what to do, especially with Thane and Wedge at this point.
And of course, with Phil being player 2, he has all the options. He has the knowledge of where Jim's been, how he can get around it, and Jim's got to try and predict that. And it's not as easy when you are player 1 to predict where player 2 is going to be. And it is, yes, it's an uphill battle for Jim, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, looking at this from Jim's position at the moment, I would definitely be looking at doing some kind of blue bank, potentially a boost with Wedge to get him back into the fight. With Thane, maybe a 1 bank up the board, and then possibly a barrel roll to try and block a Talon roll from Elo, if that's what we think is likely, and then 2 hard with Corrin towards Elo to try and take that. But he's gone for the sloop towards the bottom of the board edge.
Yeah, which makes sense. It gives him a wide angle, spreads his firing arc.
Yep.
So if 9 has done the Talon roll, it should keep him an arc. Again, depends what Elo has done. Again, keeps him an arc. So it's a good It's a good position. It's not a great position, but it's a good position.
Yeah, we've got them doing their red returns. And the issue, again, of course, with their red returns is the fact that they are...
unmodded shots and unmodded defense dice as well, which is even more important.
Yeah, which is where the T70s... Yeah, here we go. We've got the close S4s, Talon roll, focus, barrel roll. Or he might just barrel roll and keep himself unstressed. And...
Well, you focus barrel because that way you've got... The dial's good enough to do the blue bank.
That's it. And I mean, you're likely to then have the bullseye arc. You've got the modded shot, potentially out Thane's arc as well.
Yeah.
Which is, it's exactly what we said there. And if Thane had done like a one bank and a barrel roll there, it's likely to block that maneuver from LA.
Yeah, closed as far as still.
Yeah, I'm expecting. Okay, he's just done the one bank. That's fine. Expecting a straight maneuver personally, and then just barrel rolling out of Corrin's arc. I mean, he looks like he's not in Corrin's bullseye arc at that point. He looks like he does have bullseye arc on Thane, so just take a focus, and he's got two shots from the T70s incoming straight into Thane. No, that should be a closed S4 marker there, Phil. But it shouldn't make a difference.
You've
Because
got open on the top, isn't it?
no, Elo did the focus into the barrel roll because he closes S-foils, which means that should be a closed S-foil marker. But at this point, I don't think it's going to have an impact because, of course, the T70s, if you're within their bullseye arc, fire as normal. And it does look like his shot against Thane will be in his bullseye arc. Yeah, so here we've got the two blue bank coming from Wedge. Looks like he's kept his S-foils open. Yeah, which is very sensible because he can just barrel roll here and have a shot on Elo.
He's going to poke him in behind him, isn't he?
He will do, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting a Talon roll from Poe.
Which is what he has done,
That's exactly what he's done. And yeah, the option which he would have had by doing the boost is he would have had...
Shots coming in. 4 dice.
Yeah, he would have only had a 2 dice shot against Nyan, but he would have been out of Poe's range. So, 2 hits and a crit. Well, who needs modded dice, right?
Yep.
Did he not roll green dice?
He did, but they didn't do it. He only rolled 1.
Okay, so Elo just lost his shields.
Shield down on Wedge. Sorry, I didn't catch the dice, but his shield's down on Wedge.
Okay. I assume from Poe shot there. No shot from Thane.
No.
So I assume this is Corrin, who has blanked out.
Yeah.
And then we've got Elo.
No damage from Corrin.
Nope.
Yeah, no damage from Corrin. Thane's got no shot, so this is Elo into Thane.
Yep. For 3.
That's what goes through.
Here, crit.
Oh. Yeah, it looks like Thane got no defences there. So that's on Thane, Kyrell. So that should be shield hit crit.
Yeah, it's on Thane was a direct hit.
Ooh.
Okay. And then coming in from 9, I assume, is just going to kill.
Spends focus, gets it 3, guarantees to kill. Nothing you can do about that.
2 hits go through.
Yeah. And then that is Thane Kyrell dead.
It is indeed. So now it's 2 versus 3, and Jim's in a poor position for next turn.
Yeah, I mean he's got the 2 T70s against Corrin Horn. Wedge is now following Elo Atsu, and then he's got Poe following Wedge. I mean he has got a chance to kill Elo.
He does. I mean, and Thane, Corrin blanking out there did not do him any favours.
No, but this is the positions you're in with unmodded dice, and you're working on the dice variants.
Yeah.
You got a good dice roll from Wedge, not a good dice roll from Corrin.
Indeed, we all know what dice variants can do. Especially you, Dom. You like to complain about dice variants.
I don't complain. I put heroic on ships for a reason. Just leave it at that. So it's a dead thing. So Wedge is shieldless. Corrin has lost 2 shields.
Yeah, I mean,
Corrin's lost 2 shields.
Corrin's in a healthy position in terms of where he is on the board. He can do the 1 bank in or the 1 hard and kind of predict where 9's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably look at doing a. I mean, I don't know what the E-wing dial blues are anymore. But
One forward,
any
forward
kind
twos
of
and
any kind of maneuver he could do, 9 could easily do a Talon roll or something and just be out of his arc, get all of his action economy, and not worry in the slightest.
So he's done the 2 bank.
R4 makes the 2 bank blue. It's normally white.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I think it's 1, 2, 3 straight is blue.
Yes. Yeah.
and then is it just the one
One
banks and one forward?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so in this situation here, I fully expect something like a K turn from 9 knowing then what the dial is. And.
Boost into a lock is what we're going for.
Yep.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, because it's just outside of range 1, they can take
That's
a
what
lock.
he's trying for.
Yeah.
That's quite clearly not range 1.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Boost into a lock onto Elo. Elo could definitely go down here. Just a 1 forward from me. Yeah. Who worries about trivial things like being fancy with K turns, etc.
Just takes the lock.
Yep.
And open.
Yeah.
Open the S-Walls.
Yes. Open the S-Walls, takes the lock, that's fine. I suspect. Yeah.
Close to the S4, does the 1 forward.
Yeah, I mean, as we said before, his S4 should have been closed anyway, so that doesn't really matter. So 1 forward and a barrel roll.
Try and get out of Thane's arc. Oh, sorry, Wedge's arc. No, it's going across.
Yeah, it's definitely trying to get out of Corin's arc. Thane is dead.
Thane's dead, no, that's one.
Thane is dead. And then, I mean, okay, so we got a.
3 bank.
Is that 3 bank?
That is a 3 bank from Wedge.
I think he's trying to keep distance from Poe at the same time as.
Trying to engage, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I can understand
Trying
that.
some dice to
yeah, I mean, Poe, I assume, is doing a 3 blue forward and a boost. Would be my thought process from that at the moment with Poe. Gets him back into the fight as quick as possible.
Debating the lock?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a toss-up, isn't it, between locks and focus tokens. In this position, I would take the focus because
Jim was trying to remember the maths himself.
Well, it's also you want it for defence as well.
Yeah, it's more the fact that you're looking at it from defence as well at this point, especially with Poe coming in hard behind him.
Yeah.
Poe hasn't bothered to do the boost.
Yeah. There's a range 3.
Yeah, hasn't bothered to do the boost. Just take focus, lock. That's fine.
Again, as you say, you don't need to be fancy. You just need to be.
Yeah, I mean, I at this point I would have done the boost for positioning for the turn after.
Yep.
But that's fair.
Ooh, Wedge putting in
2 hits from Wedge.
blank.
You've got 1 dice from 9.
Yep. She has off me, isn't it? 9 down the bottom.
Yep. So he took 2 damage then at that point, I guess.
Dice.
I assume the evade dice were again in a place we couldn't see and didn't do
He
anything.
didn't roll it.
I don't know. He took 2 damage.
2 ways, take nothing.
Yep, spends the focus. That's why he takes
Was
focus.
that from Poe into Wedge?
Yes.
Yeah, and then you got Corin. It's hard to see whether that is obstructed.
Interesting
It's
point.
or at
Current
range
is
1.
It's not obstructed, as will be.
Yep, here's just checking to see if it's range 1 or not.
It is range 1.
Yep.
Well, because of the arc, I couldn't tell from this angle if it was going to be range
No,
1 or
it's
not.
hard to tell from here. That looks like it's 2 hits.
Oh, 2 hits again. Rolled 2 blanks into 2 blanks.
It's a crit.
Oh, hit crit then, and 1 crit goes through.
Which is.
Structural damage onto Elo.
Ooh,
That's nasty.
that is nasty. However, Phil just blanks out there with 1 hit.
No, he gets 1.
2 evades.
Yeah. Corin cares not.
None.
None. Here comes the range 1. Ooh.
Looks like 3 hits.
Yep.
And then we've got 2 evades. Okay, so Corin loses his last shield.
Yeah, Corin's down at 3 hull. Wedge is sitting pretty.
I know Corin's health is right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, Corin. Do you go after Poe?
With Corin? I mean, it's hard to tell.
You got the stress. It's hard to reposition to get back into taking out Elo or 9. Do 3 blue forward. Clear stress. Take a focus. Give yourself an arc on Poe.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a solid option. From here, it's hard to tell whether the 3 straight is blocked by wedge, which would make it awkward if it is. Having the R4, he could do a 2 bank or something. Again, might be blocked by where Elo is. Corin's in a sticky situation here.
He is.
And he's got both Nian and Elo in a position where they could capitalise on it if they want, and Poe can as well. Elo's going over the debris field anyway, so a Talon roll from Elo is not a crazy thing.
No, because again it's white, so you just take that one first. You still be fine.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's whether you'd fit or not is the question. With where Corin will then.
Well, Corin
will
would
move
have
first,
moved.
so be fine.
Yeah, Corin would have moved because he's moved first.
And then that also would actually potentially block where Wedge wants to be.
Potentially, I mean, it's likely that Wedge is just going to do a 1 forward.
Yeah.
Which then means that the Talon roll from Elo that way would be the wrong choice. But you could always Talon roll the other way.
Yeah. And then just next turn do a 2 blue blank down and
he's straight back in the fight.
just straight back in. Yeah.
I fully expect something like a 2 hard from 9 towards Wedge, because the 2 hard from 9 towards Wedge at that point is following Corin and is likely to block Wedge.
Correct. That's what I see what they actually do.
Yeah.
Jim was taking a minute to try and work out everywhere that Phil can be with his ships right now. I just went, there's no point even thinking about it because you just can't work it out.
No, I mean there are so many options, which is and it's the reason why I've really enjoyed flying 9 at the moment. So I've been flying 9 num with Poe and Lulo, and again with those RZ2 A-wings, their dials are so good, and the fact that they can rotate their arcs, it gives you a similar issue to these ships about where are they going to be. So about 30 minutes of the game at the moment. I mean, it does look like the cards are probably written for Jim at this point. Okay, just a 1 forward from Corin.
No, I kind of like that. I'm like, if you go slow enough, you can kind of just sit there.
I
I'm
would-
sure about the barrel roll.
No, I would have probably left it there to block the potential 2 hard 2 in from
Yeah, I mean,
9.
I think I would not have barrel rolled at that point.
I think he's trying to clear space for a wedge.
Yeah, I mean that's why I was thinking that I would have probably been moving faster with
And
Corin.
takes lock and Poe.
But again, it is dependent on angles. It's hard to tell from here what those angles look like. Okay, just a K10. That's fine. I guess try not to get blocked. I assume he can still focus or take a lock as a pattern analyzer. Oh, he's going to boost in.
Does that fit?
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Now is it at range 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he clears
Just
the
dumps
stress
the stress,
and
and
then
that is
can
the
just take an action.
And that is the ludicrousness of 9. If you get it done right, it's ludicrous.
Very clever.
Doesn't take any damage.
No.
And he has gone a talent. Oh, he's just
No,
done 3 hard.
just
that
3
way.
hard.
Okay. Okay.
That's where it's done the 1 forward. No.
No, 1 bank, which is going to get blocked.
Yep.
But I mean, he's still got shot on Elo.
Yep.
3 debris, so basically cancel out his ability. So.
Yeah, and I mean, Elo's got.
Ooh. Does that bump?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Does,
it does
yeah.
bump. And I mean, Elo's also got structural damage, so it's at -1
Oh, yeah.
agility anyway.
Yeah. Poe's done a simple 2 blue bank in, clears the stress.
Yeah, focus lock. I
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah.
Nice and easy.
Put it on Corin.
Focus and lock.
No, locks Wedge.
Yeah, just lock Wedge.
Yeah.
Because at this point, Wedge is the one that is scarier, because
Yeah.
Wedge moves after both Poe and both Elo and Neen.
Nothing.
Nothing for
No,
Wedge to
blank
shot.
locks focus.
Poe looks like hit, focus, blank.
Yep. Spend
Spends the lock.
Working from
Evading
spend the
focus.
focus.
Yeah, I think at this point.
I think at
it's
this point you
safe,
do.
Right?
You do. You just put all the damage.
No, he doesn't.
No.
Okay.
So 2 hits.
I mean, he's against unmodded shots from Corin. I think I probably would have spent the focus at that point. Yeah, I meant in retaliation. The reason to not spend
And
the
Jim
focus.
blanks out in return.
Okay, so 2 damage into Wedge. Yeah, I do think I would have spent the focus at that point.
Yeah.
Because it's range 3 back from Corin, unmodded against unmodded dice, but Phil does have the backup of heroic if he did just blank out. Oh, it's not unmodded from Corin, is it? Because he's got the lock.
Yep.
But yeah, it's fine. See, no problems at all. Poe takes no damage.
Yeah.
And then range 1 shot from Nian on Corin. 2 hits.
2 evades from Corin.
2 evades. It's fine.
Sorted.
But now with 3 left on Corin, 2 left on Wedge, not in the ideal position. It's.
Yeah, I mean at this point I would look at again something like another 4K coming from Nian Num.
Yeah.
Because he can 4K, make sure he can boost back in onto Wedge.
Yeah, I think if you're Corin, you do the 1 bank. Gives you potentially the block with the K-turn, and also give you a good
I think maybe if it was Corin, I think I'd actually do the 3 sweep out, but
he can't sleep because he's stressed. Because he barrel rolled into
I was a bit further back. So
yeah, he barrel rolled into the link lock, which is why he had the lock against Poe. And any manoeuvre he does, I'm not sure will block the K-turn.
You just disengage.
Possibly.
I don't know if you can afford to.
Yeah, I mean, he could do something like a 2 bank away, boost out, make it difficult, make it as hard as possible for Poe. But at that point, he is just giving Wedge up, and then it's a half health Corin versus 3 T70s. He's got to try and put as much pressure on as possible, I think. That's certainly what I'd be looking to do, is put in as much pressure on as possible. He's gone for the 2 hard.
Which is blue
because of the Alpha Astromech, so that clears that. Is he just looking to block Poe at this point? But then he's not getting any. Then he's not using Corin to shoot. It's. Yeah, I think he's looking at maybe Corin boosting towards Elo.
Yeah.
Exact words were, "How do I want to be brutal?"
Oh, okay.
Well, he's got the double tap. He's got to try and use it at some point.
Yeah, I mean the issue Jim has had here is he's put a lot of points. So he's put 18 points into outmanoeuvring his list against a list that is all moving after him.
Yeah.
Basically. So the outmaneuver has not triggered very often in this game.
I don't think it's triggered at all.
It's triggered a couple of times, and I think that's why Nian didn't roll any evade dice, because you've got Wedge and outmaneuver. So Nian had no evade dice, so just took damage. But especially from Corin shots and Thane shots, you just haven't had that happening. Here's the K-turn.
Yeah, it's 4K.
Which is what we expected.
Yeah.
And then he can do all sorts of shenanigans now.
Depends if he's at range 1.
Yeah, I mean, he can just boost. Which is what I'm fully expecting. He just boosts back in.
And then dump stress, yeah.
He can then dump the stress and then take a lock or a focus. He's gone for the lock. Yeah, I mean, I think generally if you have got no return shots probably coming in, a lock is a solid option.
So you just convinced Jim to buy resistance.
Yeah, I mean,
yep.
Jim's list is basically trying to do what Phil's list is doing, but with rebels.
Yeah.
And
the T70s are just better.
Well, that's what you
than
expect.
The T65s.
Well, that's what you expect for a new bit of kit.
Has anyone done the maths? What are the points cost there now?
I've got no idea. Because I don't know what the ships are actually worth, because the points here are wrong.
Yeah.
No, based on these points, I mean.
Well, based on these points. Well, it's up. It's calculated. It's 121 versus 29.
Yeah.
So
Phil is way up.
1 hit. 1 shot gone.
That's on Nian, is it?
Yeah.
From Wedge's shot. And we've got Poe, range 1 of Corin, it looks like.
Yep.
With 4 hits, 3 hits and a crit.
I think it's 4 hits.
4 hits. Yeah. And Corin's got no defense mods because he's taking locks all the time.
Blank focus or blank.
No, it looks like that's a dead Corin horn.
So I think
yeah, one of 2 blanks dead.
Oh no, that's wrong. Sorry.
Yeah, and that is a dead Corin horn.
That was 4. He is dead. Oh, it was Corin dead, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. And then we've got Elo, looks like 1 hit against Wedge.
Yep.
And Wedge got 3 dice.
1 hit. 1 goes through.
One takes
goes
it.
through. And
Line focus, no mods, that's what it does.
yeah, and this is the difference between having your modded shots on your turnaround and your non-modded shots on your turnaround.
Spends the lock here, gets the 3, or hit crit.
Just
Game.
Well, Wedge with only 1 half left just needs to sneak 1 through.
Yeah, I mean, the engagement was key for Phil, doing the four forwards, doing the boost, and putting Jim on the back for.
Does that say 188 points?
Yes.
It does.
So that's how many points that list is now.
Yes.
After the points change.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, as I said, the E-Wing got a relatively healthy points reduction. The T65 stayed pretty much the same, but the E-Wing got a relatively healthy point adjustment.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, if they played this now, interestingly, Jim would have the option for player 1, because Phil's list is 189 points, and that hasn't changed.
No.
So Jim...
1 point difference somewhere. It's 188. Oh no.
No.
189.
Jim's is
Sorry.
188.
Yeah.
Phil's list is 189
189
points at the moment, and has not changed.
And it would be
with the points
interesting to see what they would have done to the game. Although the way Phil just got behind Jim's list in this game and kept him there, and that's what basically won it for him.
And that is the benefit to the T70s over the T65s, and that's what you just saw here. You saw 9 Num and Elo completely outmaneuver Thane and Corrin, which put Jim straight on the back foot, straight from the get go. He then brought Wedge in to try and help out the situation, but which I think is the correct choice. But Poe just has the ability to come in and is unmolested.
So that was round 4 of the day, which actually put Phil DC. So spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't watched the other videos yet. That put Phil 4-0 for the day, I believe, which put him for the win in Basingstoke Firestorm Cards. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Do go onto our Facebook page, like it, follow it. You get most up-to-date information on that. We also have our YouTube page where we're going to post these videos, so this is probably where you're watching it, so that's great. And do subscribe, hit the like button if you want to see more. We're going to keep posting up these videos. Hope you enjoy them. Thank you very much for watching.